I think one of the most powerful ways that I've heard people talking about what's happened over time, in answering, trying to think about the question, did we make a difference? What were we trying to do, and did we make a difference? Um, I want to try to answer that question,
I'd
uh,
like.
but but listening to Art Van Zee talk in detail about the grip of addiction in Southwestern Virginia and really throughout the Appalachian region um, is one way to say it's a different set of problems, but there are deep problems. It's not a better place. It's bad in a new way, or it's difficult and challenging in ways that are different from what they were when we were there. And I'm not sure that in the farthest stretch of our imagination that we could say that we made any structural differences. I
Mhm.
do think it was our goal as young people, and I think that should have been our goal. And I think have come to think that it's the purview of youth to think large and big and to not always get it right. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to have changed it for the world, and I don't want to carry away a kind of regret because we didn't change the world.
No.
But I do feel like what happened is possible to talk about in a very nuanced way, and that is that it changed the people we got to know who were residents, who were indigenous to the communities, and it changed us in ways that were powerful and important and good. Um,
Mhm.
I don't think we changed, you know, I mean, I don't think we can claim responsibility for inventing nurse practitioners, although we had a lot to do with it and we contributed enormously and we were all on board with it and we became nurse practitioners in a time when it was just getting invented. But I don't know. I feel like my solace as an old person is to say the the relationships that we made
That's
changed me, and
It's
I'm
the
pretty sure
most powerful part of both
and
the
I'm pretty sure that
relationships among us as peers,
between you and me,
right,
and between yes,
and between, the families,
and
and
between us and the people that we came to know, and between them and us, and that's what I carry forward. So it's nuance. I think it's a good question to grapple with. It's something that's been on my mind, and I think many of our minds. Like, what the hell did we do? How can we measure?
I've always thought that I got way more out of it than any of, the residents,
Mm,
and I worried about leaving, you know,
mm, mm,
um,
mm,
and, then I lived in other parts of the country and didn't visit in East Tennessee for
mm.
periods of time, um, yeah, but I do think it left me with a feeling, uh, that, you don't need an education to be brilliant and very intelligent. And I'm really no different than anybody else. Not better, not worse. You're part of a community, you're part of your network, and the same for anybody anywhere. And I think that was one of the things that was solidified for me with that experience.
That's really beautiful.